from Willys Americar, to World War II Jeep, to World War II Gyro-Jeep, and more. The car company founded by John Willys in 1908 was a major American car manufacturer for many decades. It operated under various company titles, always including the Willys name, until the name finally disappeared entirely in 1963. Its legacy lives on in the famous Jeep brand. Its HQ and main factory was in Toledo, Ohio, USA, pictured here in 1915. Over the years, the Toledo complex has been modernized and expanded into a major manufacturing facility, shown here in Google Earth, currently owned by Chrysler, a subsidiary of Stellantis, producing the Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiator. Willys made many models of cars over the years, including the 1937 to 1942 model, labeled the Americar, as two-door coupes and pickups, three-door wagons, and four-door sedans, all rear-wheel drives. See Americar pics below. Although not a huge sales success, approximately 29,000 were made, and the coupe version became an iconic, highly sought-after legend in the hot rod and drag racing worlds. For World War II, Willys moved to military production. It won a U.S. Army contract for four-wheel drive Jeeps, mainly because of its great Go Devil engine, as used in its Americar. 3 companies won contracts and produced thousands of Jeeps, all with the Willys engine. Willys, 363,000, Ford, 280,000, and Bantam, 2,700. There was a legal dispute between the 3 companies over the Jeep's intellectual property. The end result was that Willys had to stop stating it was the sole creator of the Jeep, because Bantam and U.S. Army officers had actually originated it, but Willys won the big prize of ownership of the Jeep trademark. The Willys Jeep and the Jeeps made by the other 2 companies were very successful in all theaters of World War II. Over 64,000 units were built between 1941 and 1945. General Dwight D. Eisenhower famously called it one of the equipment pieces most vital to winning the war. The Jeep also served successfully in the later Korean and Vietnam Wars. The origin of the word Jeep is unclear. It is thought to stem from one or more of the following: the military designation General Purpose, GP. A popular 1936 Popeye character named Eugene the Jeep, World War I slang for new vehicles and new recruits. As well as transporting personnel, equipment, and weapons, brightly colored Jeeps acted as follow-me vehicles guiding bomber and fighter aircraft to and from their hardstands, dispersal pens, or hangars on military airfields at busy times, at night time, or in bad weather. They also helped pilots at unfamiliar airfields with a multitude of taxiways, and pilots in aircraft with poor forward visibility, like tail draggers. I love World War II themed airfields in Microsoft Flight Simulator. See how many Jeeps you can see in these 6 Allied airfields. All freeware. Drone footage. 1. World War II Hobbs Airfield, New Mexico, USA. Two. World War II Friston Airfield, Suffolk, UK. Three. World War II Palm Island Airfield, Queensland, Australia. Four. World War II Gurney Airfield, Milne Bay, Papua New Guinea. Five. World War II Munda Airfield, Guadalcanal, New Georgia, Solomon Islands. Six. World War II Midway Atoll Airfield, North Pacific Ocean, USA. Willys had a long-standing connection with aviation. Even as early as World War I, as well as other stuff, Willys was heavily involved in the production of aircraft and aircraft engines. In World War II, again as well as other stuff, Willys made airframes for the Republic Ford JB-2 Loon, shown in Pic, the USA's first cruise missile, reversed engineered from a captured German buzz bomb. Around 1,300 were made for the projected invasion of mainland Japan, but not needed after the dropping of the atomic bombs. After World War II, the Loons were repurposed for submarine launch tests, leading to the world's first successful submarine guided missile launch in 1947. Also in World War II, one of the strangest aerodynamic experiments in British military history led to the Hafner rotor buggy, or Gyro-Jeep. Allied paratroopers lacked heavy weapons transport, and gliders like the Airspeed Horsa were expensive, fragile, and required large landing zones. Austrian-born engineer Roral Hafner, working for the British Airborne Forces Experimental Establishment, AFE, proposed an alternative: convert a Willys Jeep to an unpowered autogyro. To a lightened Jeep, they attached a rotor assembly, tail fairing and stabilizers, along with flying controls and instrumentation in the cabin. Why? The Gyro-Jeep required a pilot and a driver. After much testing and modification, it first flew successfully in 1944, launched from a bomber. But by then, large vehicle-carrying gliders had entered active service. These gliders could carry a fully armed Willys Jeep and its crew inside its cargo bay, requiring no complex mechanical modifications to the vehicle itself. The single experimental Gyro-Jeep was quietly retired, though a precise replica sits on display today at the Museum of Army Flying in Hampshire, England. The Gyro-Jeep was made and tested by Hafner and the AFEE here at Sherburn-in-Amelt Airfield, North Yorkshire, UK, shown as it is today, Payware. Famous author Neville Shute, real name Neville Shute Norway, novelist, pilot and aeronautical engineer, was involved with the airfield from the 1920s, and in 1931 established Airspeed Limited, which, among other aircraft, produced the famous World War II Horsa military gliders. Famous British aviator Alan Cobham was a fellow director, and famous aviator Amy Johnson was one of the initial subscribers for shares. The original Airspeed factory was demolished in 2015. Today, the airfield is a small GA airfield. Fairey Swordfish aircraft were also made here during World War II, which we are using here, freeware. finish up, enjoy the following rare World War II footage of Jeeps and gliders.
Giant Army transport gliders made almost entirely of spruce and plywood. Wings are fitted as the finished ships move along an assembly line that never stops. Pilots to man the new silent fleets of invasion craft are constantly training. Each glider built to carry a striking force of men fully equipped for battle. The nose lifts up and a scout car complete with crew is taken aboard. Towed by a transport, the glider goes aloft. 3,000 pounds of motorless aircraft taking to the sky on its own wings. A ship nearly as large as a medium bomber. The pilot releases his line, cutting loose from the tow plane, and he's on his own. Down to earth for a perfect three-point landing. Cargo and transport gliders proving their efficiency as new, swift, silent weapons of invasion.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.